also.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, nagaRAJU, how much time I am given?
You may take about 10 to 15 minutes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So, today I will talk something about leadership in general, because the leadership is what is lacking in many places, which is leading to serious even erosion in values. So, then a little bit about my journey in life and how our profession and the lionism can go together, which will mutually support each other. So, when I talk about leadership in general, this is applicable to all of us also. True leadership is not about being in charge. It is about taking care of those in charge. True leadership is not about being in charge. It is about taking care of those in charge, empowering them to grow and thrive together on the path of success. This is what the leaders practice and leaders should practice. And before moving to my journey in Lionism, yeah, I will talk a little bit about some attributes of leadership. Uh, One is the vision. Leaders should have a very clear visibility about what he wanted to do, and inspiring vision, guiding his team towards a common goal and objective. Because it's a group, the leader is leading a group. So, yeah, there should be a clarity for the objectives of the group. And that is the vision, and that's why the visionary leadership is the most important thing. Second, many of the leaders, what we see, they talk, and in their action, they don't show integrity. So we should be the role model. So leaders must uphold honesty, transparency, and ethical behavior, fostering trust within the team and among stakeholders. This is very important aspect of leadership. Then another thing, we should be able to communicate. We should communicate effectively. Effective communication skills are very critical, very crucial for conveying ideas, because unless you communicate, our fellow members may not understand. Providing feedback and maintaining a cohesive and informed team, that is very important. Unless your team is fully aware about the objectives, they may not know where to go, etc. So it is very clear. Another important thing what a leader should exhibit is the empathy. Definitely, he should be empathetic, understanding the needs and the concerns of the team members, creating a positive and supportive work environment. So this is even in our clubs, even in any fora we are associated. Unless we show the empathy, you will not be able to carry forward a team. Then another thing, we can achieve great things. But what is required is we should have the boldness in taking decision making. Many people procrastinate and will not take any decision. So decision making is very critical in any form of leadership, in a club leadership or district leadership. This is what we should practice. About strong leaders make informed and timely decisions, considering the available information, weighing the pros and cons and the potential outcomes. Another thing what a leader should possess which we all have already, but we need to, we should try to improve upon all the time, because there is no end to it. It's infinite. We should, we know that the successful leaders are adaptable, capable of navigating change now, and guiding the team through evolving circumstances. So, change is inevitable. This is the era of technology. So, the change is both disruptive as well as creating opportunities. So, what is most needed is our ability to adapt to the changing circumstances. Actually, if you look at the Darwin's theory, that are there also the human evolution, or not only human evolution, the entire evolutionary process is based on adaptability also, survival of the fittest. We have heard about that. And other is we should all remember is our accountability. Accountability not only to our members. See, we are a part of the community, and the club or the district is an integral part of the community. So we should know we are accountable. So we should maintain our accounts properly. We should, once we hand over the leadership after 1 year or 2 years, every year, even if we continue, the accounts shall be audited, finalized, and shall hand over. Then another important thing, every club level or even business level, wherever the confidence we should instill in our fellow members. So what should be done? We should be the role model. What we sometimes doubt amongst our own leaders, our own friends, they only preach, and they don't become the role model. So they will not be able to achieve anything, but because they will not inspire confidence. And another thing, some people used to say that, yes, my fellow lands are not good, so that I am not able to, so we need to inspire confidence and delegate responsibilities. We nominate for various positions. If you are a district leader, you nominate people at the district level, district leaders, or club level there also. The thing is, by simply in naming them, we are not able to achieve anything. So we should, first of all, we should repose faith in them. Then we should encourage them, motivate them, and ensure that they win. Only if they win, then we can be a winner. So this is very important. So at the same time, very important for a leader is we should continue learning anywhere, whether we are professionals, we are businessmen, we are family men, and, or in our club leadership. There is the need of learning continuously, because many things, the international takes decisions based on the priorities of the world. So we should continuously go through the LCI website, learn things. These are the very important things applicable as far as leadership at the club level, or the district level, or the business leadership or professional leadership is concerned. So the thing is, so one great thought leader who is a great trainer in India. We all have heard about Shiv Khera. What the Shiv Khera has said, his tagline is, leaders don't do different things. They do things differently. And that is the leadership. In every year, when we take on the leadership of the club or the district, yes, we should always think, I should not just repeat what others say. I should have the imprint of my own, and I should do something different. This is applicable. This is a universal application. So these are the few things which I thought I wish to highlight about leadership anywhere. And regarding my journey, yes, I started my Lionism in 1981. So, yeah, 1981, I have started. Then yeah, I have taken up all the positions at the club level, from treasurer, joint secretary, secretary, vice president, president, zone chairperson, district chairperson, even cabinet secretary before being elected as the second vice governor. And also, then I took up the position of council chairperson, a board appointee, and some international positions like charity, etc., etc., before getting elected to the position of the Lions Clubs International, the LCA International Director. So this is the short of my journey. What I want to say, I am running a business, as my good friend nagaRAJU has said, a large business which is it's one of the largest top 15 non-banking finance companies, NBFCs in India, regulated by Reserve Bank of India, having an asset under management of around 45,000 crores, and as well as 45,000 employees, and as he has said, 5,200 branches, doing different types of financial services across India. That's about, yes. And I run a foundation which has an annual outlay of 50-60 crores. That's what we do. So one thing what I want to tell my good friends, which you are practicing, and you and me learn mutually. Yes, whether you are in a profession, whether it is you are busy in profession, let it be. You are a busy, you are eager to spend time with family, let it be, should be. This should be given priority. But parallelly, you can definitely do service, joining Lions clubs, and also, yes, by joining hands and practicing leadership here. See, ours is a voluntary organization. We should lead a team and take up any opportunity to get. Don't go away saying that I don't have the time. But you learn to manage your time, and definitely this will help you in improving your leadership, means improving your profession, business, or even family life. So I have friends now across India. I have friends now across the world also. It is because of Lioness. So that networking will help us in any critical moment. One thing, one important thing I want to highlight here. One of my friends, who is a past district governor from Kerala, his son faced a serious issue in Ukraine. He was a medical student there. When the war broke out, they were in a very difficult situation. They were hiding underground. They were not able to get food, etc. They were not even able to connect. At that time, the past district governor asked me, what can the LCA do to get my son out of the war zone, then back to India. Then I contacted the district governors of even Ukraine, then even Russia, and through their help, we could take him out and safe, etc. So even in between, they supported him with food, everything, arranged everything for him. So because of the networking globally, we can survive in in such cases with the help of our network. So there are many opportunities through networking. Service is our motto. So we have great opportunities there to grow as a leader, community leader, a business leader, professional leader. All these, and has helped me. Definitely, we are all helped by that, and definitely we all should look forward to associate closely with such a great movement. And yeah, I once again thank my good friend, Mr. nagaRAJU, past district governor, Kumar Shetty, who has called me a couple of times to remind me. Thanking all of you once again and wishing you a belated Happy New Year. May I conclude? Thank you all once again.
Thank you very much, past international director Nandakumar Garu. I think I know your secretary told me that you are extremely busy with lots of other commitment, but despite that, you have made it convenient to join us. And I particularly like the various insights that you have brought to us about leadership. This is perhaps the first time I've heard anybody bringing in the concept of the Darwinian theory, the survival of the fittest concept into Lions leadership in this context. I think that that's a very, very valid point that you've made, and also lots of other useful insights that you've given us. Thank you very much for your time, sir. Thank you very much. We'll go ahead with the rest of the program, and I think we have past district governor and Vijay Kumar Shetty with us, and he's from 317A. I think one or two things that I'd like to tell you without taking much time. When he was a district governor, he was instrumental in planting about 4 lakh saplings. 4 lakh.
Usually,
I think he deserves a very, very loud applause for that. 4 lakh saplings. And he did quite a lot of other wonderful achievements as a district governor, and he's a very popular trainer everywhere. He has been associated with the VDG schooling, DG schooling, and lots of other things. I will spotlight him for you. Just take a quick look at him, and can you guess anything about his physical body? Can you take a look at him, and then can anybody tell me what he looks like? He is a national level weightlifting champion. That looks a little unbelievable, but that is a credit that he has. So I invite past district governor and today's LCIP graduate presenter, Vijay Kumar Shetty, to make his presentation. Over to you.
Yeah, thank you very much for creating an opportunity for people like us, LCPIs, Mr. nagaRAJU. And I'm very happy that I have selected a subject. You had given a lot of options. From that, I had selected this promoting compassion because this is a very, very important for any lion, for that matter. And also it is, very important for lion leaders. Because without compassion, no lion can be 100% lion. As we joined lionism, we call ourselves as volunteers. So this promoting compassion, without compassion, you can't be a volunteer by yourself. Let me tell you, the meaning of compassion is to recognize the suffering of others and then take action to help. Compassion embodies a tangible expression of love for those who are suffering. So when I say this, it is very well that, please see this slide said by Dalai Lama. Love and compassion are necessities, not luxuries. Without them, humanity cannot survive. It's told by Dalai Lama. Believe me, as leader, how do you care for your people, but still do the hard things that leadership demands? In truth, they are aligned. Doing hard things is often the most human thing to do. The ability to combine these two seeming opposites comes down to one thing that is called as wise compassion. Now, let us see what is our session objective. When we talk about session objectives, the first one is we should know what is compassion. When I say what is compassion, can anybody tell or write in the chat box, what do you think about compassion, or what do you mean by compassion? Coming to leadership in Lionism. Sir, can you read it for me, sir?
Yeah, sure. So answers have, I think, just started coming. A strong feeling of sympathy and sadness for the suffering is an answer from Asha. And recognizing suffering is Prabhakar's answer. And concern for others from Vineet. Empathy, Sajal Kumar. Sympathetic feelings for others and empathy is Subramanian's answer. Shama Gandhi says it's empathy. And Misban says putting others before yourself.
Yes.
And affection and empathy are the two answers given by Swarnalita. Affection, understanding the pain of others is K. Saraf's answer. Recognizing others' suffering is Anand Ayer's answer. And to feel pain for others is Manoj Kumar Purohit's answer.
Yes, definitely. Feeling the pain of others is compassion. Now, when we talk, we are lions, we are volunteers. How to promote compassion? The subject very image says that promoting compassion. How to promote compassion? See, when we say to promote compassion, speaking with kindness, it is promoting compassion. When apologize when you made a mistake. When we make a mistake, there is nothing wrong in apologizing somebody. And as leaders, listening carefully to our subordinates, it's called as compassion. Encouraging, giving encouragement to our junior members is called as compassion. Offer to help someone with a task. If there is a task, we have to offer ourselves to help them. Be happy for someone's success. We have to appreciate success. That is compassion. Accept people for who they are. Forgive people for making mistakes. So if all this is taken care of, that itself is compassion in leadership. The second point we are touching is empathy and compassion. We are going to compare what is empathy and compassion, how it is important in Lionism. The third one is compassionate leadership. And the last one is to promote and practice compassion. So these are the 4 points we are going to touch upon in this session. Here, compassion is finding your inner teacher, I say. Why I say this, to find your inner teacher, because every step, every sequence, every opportunity is like teaching something new for us. So whenever we awake our inner teacher, the word compassion is very much there. Says connecting with your inner essence can help you be more compassionate by constantly reminding you to adjust your perspective in every situation and see things from your heart. Feeling like you have great deal in common with other people, even if you are very different in many ways, is compassion for others. So compassion for others, being able to understand that other people are going through and feeling their pain. We have to feel others' pain. That is compassion. Being mindful of other people's emotions, thoughts, and experience. Taking action when you see that someone else is suffering. That is compassion. So one more slide I'll say, show you that is of the saying of Nelson Mandela. Our human compassion binds us the one to the other, not in pity or patronizingly, but as human beings who have learned how to turn our common sufferings into hope for the future. So this is what Mandela thought of about the compassion. There are differences between sympathy and compassion that demonstrate the critical effect of compassion in another's life. Here I want to tell you a small story, how compassion is very, very important. A young man named Mark was walking home from school. One day, when he noticed that a boy ahead of him had tripped and dropped some books, some belongings of him, a basketball bat, a glove, a small tape recorder. Mark bent down and helped the boy pick up the scattered article. Since they were going the same way, he helped the boy carry part of the burden that he collected. As they walked, he discovered the boy's name as Bill. He loved video games, his passion for baseball and history, and he was having lots of trouble with his other subjects. They arrived at Bill's home first, and Mark was invited for a Coke and to watch some television. That afternoon passed pleasantly when a few laughed and shared small talks. When Mark went home, they continued to see each other every day. Then one fine day, he graduated from junior high school. They ended up in the same high school where they had brief contacts over the years. Finally, the long-awaited senior year came, and 3 weeks before graduation, Bill asked Mark if they could talk. Bill reminded Mark of the day years ago when they had first met. Did you ever wonder why I was carrying so many things home that day? He asked. He said, no. That day, I was planning not to burden anybody because I had a locker in my school. I want to clear off the locker and bring everything home and not to burden the fellow who was to acquire that place later on. Because that day, Bill had decided to commit suicide. Because these things fell, he came across Mark. They started exchanging ideas. They loved each other's company. And he decided not to commit suicide that evening. So the last day of his school, Bill tells Mark that I had decided to commit suicide, but because I met you and I loved your company, I decided that I will not commit suicide. So this is how a compassionate feeling for others will change somebody's mind, So this is what is compassion. Now, compassion is the expression of compassion don't even come easily for everyone. Not everybody is compassionate. Everybody will be entangled in their own work, their busy schedules and all. Expression of compassion don't come easily to everyone. At the same time, envy can be the gatekeeper of compassion. Envy, why I say this? Because some people will not be open to helping each other. So compassion is essential for successful leadership. It enables leaders to make more effective decisions by understanding how their action and words may affect those around them. This type of leadership serves as a positive example for rest of the organization and creates a strong team dynamic. Compassionate leader demonstrate empathy, as sensitive towards their colleagues, encourage better collaboration and productive working atmosphere. My dear friends, when I say this, in Lions, this is very, very important because whenever we think here, compassion is small gesture, thoughtfulness, generosity, and turning envy into goals. See, when I said envy is a gatekeeper, here, turning envy into goals can help you grow in compassion towards yourself and others. So, one more thing, the motive of compassion is to use your voice for kindness. Lions do the same. They use their voice for kindness, their ears for compassion, hands for charity, mind for truth, and heart for love. As lion leaders, if you practice this, definitely people will start noticing your leadership and we will be easily, successful in our leadership. Sympathy looks in and says, I am sorry. Compassion goes in and says, I am with you. Sympathy looks in and says, I would like to help. Compassion goes in and says, I am here to help. Sympathy says, I wish I could carry your burden. Compassion says, cast your burden on me. Sympathy often irritates many words. Compassion helps and hears in and understanding. So, my dear friends, see, this is what I want to tell because sympathy and compassion are two faces of a coin. Two faces of the coin. So, the word compassion itself derives from the Latin Latin and means to suffer together. Compassion is suffering together. So once we understand the other person's pain, we suffer together to find a solution for the same. So this is what is compassion. Compassion is more than empathy. It's the desire to help others and alleviate their pain or troubles. It actively doing things for others when you are aware of their difficulties. The next slide says what Dalai Lama says is education is the way to achieve far-reaching results. It is the proper way to promote compassion and tolerance in the society. This is what Dalai Lama says. But here I remember the words of our great human being, compassionate leader, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. He said in one of a speech, he says 25,000 hours of basic education to a child make him learn values and become a compassionate citizen of India. So when we talk about this compassion, we want to create a good citizen where until we show our compassion to this younger generation, we can't grow leaders. The next one is, it is related to other emotions such as sympathy, empathy, altruism, although the concept have some key differences. Now, sympathy means involves tapping into how someone feels and being self-aware of how they may interpret your words or action. It helps you to provide a great level of understanding and support while remaining sensitive to how someone may react at certain situations. Empathy is equally the same. Empathy involves putting yourself in someone's shoes. It helps you to gain a deeper understanding of how others are feeling. And the altruism is unselfish regards for a devotion to the others' problem. Empathy refers more to the general ability to take another person's perspective and feel the emotions of others. Now, can somebody tell me what is compassionate leadership and why it is important in Lionism? Here in my slide, it is there, but what is your perspective?
The question is, what is compassionate leadership?
Leadership.
Context of Lionism.
Yes. Here, this is a general explanation of compassionate leadership. I want people to answer.
The first answer has come from Vijay Anand. He says sharing their feelings and fulfilling them as a leader in Lionism.
Yes, yes.
The next answer is from Kshama Gandhi. She says creating a sense of gratitude for each other is Lions leadership. And Vasudha Rani says create such an environment where in your team wherein your team can work together. And Anandaya says unless you feel for your followers, you cannot become a good Lion leader. Swarnalata says leadership with understanding. And Ram Mohan Kotla says to help each other. And Ejan Singh says compassionate leadership is, it involves leaders who prioritize empathy, understanding, and support for members. And it focuses on fostering a caring and inclusive environment, promoting teamwork, and addressing the needs of the community with a genuine concern for others. Prabhakar Reddy says being motivated to alleviate their suffering. And Murali Manohar says one who reacts immediately about painful suffering of others and also acts upon that. Vijay Lakshmi says supporting people with focus. And Vinod Kumar says knowing the wants of others. Sajal Kumar says understanding the members properly and being with them to encourage them. There are quite a lot of other answers.
Yes, all answers are very, very valid because people here are all leaders who are participating. They know the actual responsibility, the actual meaning of compassionate, because we lions, whenever we take up some work, we delegate the things with lot of responsibility. And without compassion, nobody would have accepted the task given by us. Here, why compassionate leader is important? Compassionate leadership is important because it provides the ideal condition for team members to do great work, helps them grow as people, and improves their overall well-being. It helps leaders build authentic, trust-based relationship with the team members, resulting in greater engagements and retention. So here, the very purpose of our leadership is to retain members. Getting members is not a problem in Lionism, but to retain that compassionate touch has to be there to retain members. So this is very, very important, because so when I say compassion for others, when you experience compassion for other people, you feel their pain and want to find a way to relieve their suffering. These feelings compel you to take action, to do what you can to make the situation better. We always think, we always lions think of supporting each other, giving something, some good suggestion to others, helping people when they are in need. We do that, but we have to also think that there is something like self-compassion. There is something like self-compassion. What is this self-compassion? Can anybody tell me? Please put in a chat box. What is self-compassion? Have answers come up, sir?
In the meanwhile, K. Saraf has said Melvin Jones exhibited compassionate leadership by starting Lions organization. The first answer has come from Kshama Gandhi. She says the empathy that you have within you. And Subramaniam says valuing your emotions is self-compassion. Anand Iyer says love for oneself. And Sajal Kumar says not to hurt oneself. Prabhakar Reddy says emotionally connected with others. And being kind to yourself is the answer of Neha. And helping others with a passion is Vinod Kumar's answer. To understand people better, to understand oneself better is Praveen Thaduri's answer. And Hechan Singh, self-compassion is treating oneself with kindness and understanding, especially in the face of challenges or mistakes, fostering positive and supportive leadership, relationship.
Very well, sir. Here I can see everybody who is participating has come with some preparation. Here I see people have come well prepared to take this session and to interact. Here, should we tell that it is self-compassion or self-pity? I want people to answer, should we call this as self-compassion or pitying ourselves, self-pity? In my thing, as I discussed, we were talking to Mr. nagaRAJU. He said, self-pity is negative, self-compassion is positive. Is it right, sir?
That's what I think.
Yeah. So I want to just emphasize on this, because this involves treating yourself first. First, as a lion, we should try to compassion ourselves, because we should put in a safer saddle first, and we should be in a seat where we are satisfied first, and then we have to serve others. This involves treating yourself with the same compassion and kindness that you would show to others, rather than beating yourself up over mistakes you may have made in the past. You feel understanding, mindful, and accepting of yourself and your imperfection. So self-compassion is very, very important, because we have to first put ourselves in a better position before helping others. Now, can somebody tell me, how can you promote compassion through thought leadership? Thought leadership. I will just give you a clue here. See, whenever you think of leadership, compassion, there should be a thought process for everything. So you have to define the purpose first. Defining for purpose is the first step to promote compassion. That is empathy and kindness through thought leadership is to define your purpose. The second one is listen and learn. The second step to promote compassion, empathy, and kindness through thought leadership is to listen and learn. Listening and learning are essential skills for any thought leader, as they all allow you to understand your audience, their perspective, their problem, and their aspiration. Here, we should have a better listening skill and learn their problem. As the other day, our PID Vamshitar was telling, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. Why is that? He said, lions has to listen more. As leaders, as servant leaders, we have to listen more and talk less. So I said, so I here tell that listen and learn. Without listening, we can't learn their problem. We can't learn their problem. So that is why I said we have to listen and learn. Provide value and solutions. We have to provide value and solutions. To provide value and solutions, providing value and solutions means offering your members by which you can demonstrate your experience, expertise, credibility, generosity, everything. So this is the third one. And the fourth one is engage and collaborate. Engage and collaborate. By engaging and collaborating, by engaging and collaborating, you can create a sense of community belonging and mutual support among your members and foster a culture of dialogue, diversity, and innovation. Next is lead by example. By leading by example, you can inspire your audience to follow your footsteps, to adopt your principles, practice, and to join your causes. The next one is celebrate and appreciate. Celebrate and appreciating means acknowledging your members' achievements, contributions. In every function of ours, we have celebration. When we talk about celebration, we say, because most of the things over time, celebration is misunderstood by all the people. Because celebration is, people think that is only celebration by lions. They spend a lot, because every event has to be completed with a celebration. Then only people remember what we have done and what we should we do next to celebrate more. Compassionate leadership combines traditional leadership skills with a hearty dose of empathy, sympathy, and compassion. In leadership, compassion creates stronger connections between leaders and their teams by facilitating collaboration, building trust, and improving member engagement or employee engagement, whatever it is. So now, next is in Lions, being an inclusive leader, being a compassionate and inclusive leader. This is very, very important, because unless we are inclusive, we think that we are one among the team, we can't be a good leader. So how to practice compassion is very, very important. So before this, I want to tell that when we talk about inclusive leadership about ensuring the organizational culture is supportive of and respectful towards all the members. Inclusive leaders have a high degree of awareness and are committed for the same. So when you practice compassion, speak with kindness. This is how we can practice compassion. Encourage other people. Offer to help someone with a task. Listen carefully and without judgment. We should not be judgmental. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth. We have to listen, because God has given 2 ears to listen more. So we have to listen carefully and without judgment. We should not be judgmental when we hear somebody, because compassion is very, very important here. And we should be very open to all the problems what they tell. Apologize when you are made a mistake. We have to apologize. There is no problem in apologizing. There is nothing that we can say. It is better we apologize and make them feel that we are with them. So that is one thing. The next one is be patient. The next, is accept people for who they are. We have to accept people how they are and who they are, because we can't expect people to be in par with us. Like, if you are very neat, clean, and you are very punctual and all, there are people who can come up to your mark when we support them. So forgive people for making mistakes. Unless we have this quality of forgiving people when they mistakes, they will not be with us. Show respect, express gratitude and appreciation. These are the main points with which we can practice compassion. We can practice compassion. Now, there is one more slide which I am showing is compassionate remedies. There are remedies also. That is called as listen, be aware, be patient, empathize, and heal. Let us start with the first point. Listen. When you listen, we actually learn. When we listen, we actually learn. When we give a sympathetic hearing, we listen and learn. Members need to feel heard, to feel empowered and motivated to do their best work, especially during difficult times when they may be expressing stress that makes it more difficult to do their jobs. How to practice listening skills here? Making an eye contact. When we see somebody who is in trouble, we can practice. We can practice that compassion, allowing someone to speak from start to finish. We should not speak in the middle. We should give an opportunity to tell their whole story. Asking for clarifying questions. We can ask and understand more. We can understand more and learn from what he is telling. Avoid reactions based on assumption. Whenever we are listening, we are learning, I said. So when we assume something, we cut our the process of listening him. So focus on listening and understanding instead of judging, gently keeping the conversation on topic. So this is what is listening and learning from the problem. Unbiased listening leads naturally to understanding, which is so important for building compassionate, trust-based relationship. The second word, what I showed you is be aware. When I say this, be aware, self-awareness refers to a person's ability to accurately perceive their emotions and remain aware of them as they occur. And it is essential to compassionate leadership. To lead with compassion requires leaders to not only be aware of what's going on with their members, but also to demonstrate self-awareness in all interactions with them, So the third one is be patient. God is at work. When we are patient, when we are listening to somebody with lot of patience, God is at work. As with empathy, the pandemic showed us the need for patience in organization. Members can come up against the impatience of others many times during the task. Accept members to always be patient. Leaders can always show their team's patience. Being patient with members when they struggle, especially in difficult situations or times of uncertainty, can build trust. The third one I showed is empathize. A recent study by Catalyst found empathy may be one of the most important leadership skills because of its positive effect on innovation, engagement, retention, inclusivity, and work-life balance. It is also a central component of compassionate leadership. That is called empathy, empathizing. The last one is healing. That healing touch, what we give in good words, is very, very important. Compassionate leader takes action to relieve and prevent the suffering of others. The ability to heal the wounds inflicted by negativity through compassionate leadership is crucial to improving engagements and retention in the future. Compassionate leaders recognize that leadership provides them with opportunity to improve people's life and help them overcome past hurts. No, if there is past hurts, this healing touch will help them to come out of the problem. Come out of the problem. Great leaders create more leaders, not followers. This is for lions to be this to be resounding. You should tell always, we are not leaders, we create leaders. Lion is in lionism, we create leaders. When I talk about leadership, when I talk about my stage, when I came to this great organization, I was not a good orator at all. I was very scared to talk to anybody, to render flag salutation. I was shivering. But this Lions organization and my leader gave me a lot of opportunity to mend me, to make me talk in front of the audience. And today, believe me, that this power was given by our Lions to become a LCIP faculty. My dear friends, please hear Gaur Gopal Das, what he says about leadership.
I don't care how much you know until I know how much you care. So leadership is about leading people, and people have hearts. And when people have hearts and feelings, to be sensitive, empathetic to the feelings and the heart of the people whom we lead is extremely.
My dear friends, as lion leaders, if you don't lead from the heart, then I think success is not yours. And if you lead from the heart, definitely success will be ours. And we lions collectively together can achieve much more things from this organization, and we can be better leaders of tomorrow. And now the code of ethics. My dear friends, we always in the SkillUP program have thought of reading this code of ethics, and definitely my subject also is resounding is the code of ethics, as I say, to aid my fellow kind by giving sympathy to those in distress, and my aid to the weak, and my sustain to the needy, is the line which has been in the code of ethics. I want to tell you that the first in this program, the first thing what we did is reading the code of ethics, and in the last slide, I am reading the code of ethics, which is directly connecting to this subject. After meeting, we missed you, is what we have to say, because unless we have that compassion for our members after the meeting, if you don't, some people are absent, we have to write a small card saying that we missed you in the meeting. Your advice was very important. Your participation was important. Unless we tell this, we don't see members coming back to our organization, and that 100% retention will be there. We also in the meeting, we should not forget to appreciate the senior leaders. We have to remember them. In our speech also, we have to tell our senior members, learned members, past leaders. We have to go on repeating because that creates a bonding between the lions, senior lions, junior lions, where our organization becomes more stronger, more active, and more compassionate towards our service program. And thank you very much for patience hearing. Hope I have done to the best of my ability the subject to reach you and make you think that compassionate leadership, inclusive leadership is important for Lions to be a better leader. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vijay. Thank you very much for that illuminating presentation on compassion, the art of being compassionate, and also the need for compassion, and how we can promote compassion within us and in others. I think that's a beautiful presentation on the topic. Sometimes I feel that if we have to search for a synonym for Lionism, Lionism perhaps is the same thing as compassion. In one word, if we can put the entire essence of Lionism, perhaps compassion is the word that comes to our mind, I think. Anyway, so it's time for questions now. so we can have some 4 or 5 questions. It's 9:05, 10:05. So typically we close at 10:15. So we can take some 4 or 5 questions. In case you have a question, please raise your virtual hand so that I can unmute you and you can ask your question. Be very brief when you ask the question. Yeah, waiting for your question. You can even post your questions in the chat box, but the best way is to raise your hand. Lots of appreciation is pouring in. So quite a lot of people are telling you that, Vijay, that is a nice presentation and people have liked it.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, I think Praveen Taduri has a question. Praveen, I'm unmuting you. You can ask your question.
Sir, Sir Vijay sir, that was a fantastic presentation. However, I have a question as regards to compassion. So I think this question has 2 parts, sir. The first part is, if a leader being over compassionate, over empathetic, would it not be a problem for an organization? Second thing, how should we deal, or how should we create a benchmark or put a line not to be over compassionate or over empathetic, or like to be in the limits?
Sir, in a service organization like Lions, we have diversified ideas, diversified people. Is over compassionate will not be a problem here. Being no, there is a limit for everything. Over compassionate also, may not be good for in Lionism. As leaders, we have set rules and ideas to promote leadership in our organization. Being over compassionate, I don't think anybody should be over compassionate in this organization. But sometimes people start accepting you when you are over compassionate also. People start accepting. To be accepting, to be acceptable, people should turn to your side, seeing that yes, he is a person who is very soothing, compassionate. There is nothing like over compassionate in our organization. There is no such things. But at times, this over compassionate also works for your benefit.
Yeah, to add to what Lion Vijay has already said, I think there is no limit to being compassionate. Limitless compassion is what is endorsed. Anand Kumari, do you have a question?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir. It was a wonderful presentation. I have to applaud you for the presentation. I have a question. You are talking about empathy and about a code of ethics, all those things. Compassion, empathy. With the passion only we come to serve. And why this gradation of compassion, empathy, all these things, sir? Self-compassion, you said. There are so many thousands of people in the world. Only a few people are enrolled as line members because we have the heart to serve. Could you just tell me, sir?
A lot of disturbance in your voice,
Yeah,
but
I
still,
think there was echo, but still,
Anand Kumari, yeah, you said, yeah, madam, you said why this sympathy, compassion? As Lions leaders, to serve this society, we should have compassion, empathy, sympathy, everything. Okay, when we take up some projects with sympathy, empathy, only we could meet their 100%, whatever they want, what they are in need. So being compassion, sympathetic, everything to others also means you should be sympathetic to yourself also, because you are the person who is going to serve the society. Unless you are in a saddle of safe saddle, you should look after yourself first. Whenever I talk to some clubs in my district, I say, you feel comfortable first. You make your club comfortable first. Then you think of serving others. So sympathy, self-sympathy is very, very important, because you should not be overburdened by being over-sympathetic, So that's why self-sympathy is important. You should know your limit first. That is self-sympathy. You should know your limit. How much you can serve. How much you can, stretch yourself. That is very, very important. I think I have answered your question. Thank you.
Srinivas Rao, do you have a question?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you, Vijay Kumar Shetty. Great evening today. Is the greatest presentation for me. And but that question, sympathy and empathy, now altruism. The altruism, can you just say a few words to me about how to apply this altruism, how to check myself whether I am correct or not?
No, see, here altruism can be checked in various levels. You say when you say it is altruism, that is you should not be in that mental mood to disturb others. You should be very comfortable while talking, because you should not be in a disturbed mood before talking to somebody. You should not be in a disturbed mood. You should be compassionate. Why said altruism is also an equal word, but when you get disturbed and talk to somebody, that altruism come to picture, so that you should be self-controlled first. You should be compassionate to listen to others. So you should not be expressing your ideas first.
And Sajal Kumar?
Sir, good evening. It was a fantastic presentation and completely a new topic for me. Very rarely do we find such presentation on such a topic. Sir, during your presentation, you have mentioned about self-pity and self-compassion.
Yes.
You have differentiated it very nicely, and I liked it very much. Now,
Yes.
I have a question, and that is like sometimes we do a lot of mistakes, and then when we realize we pity on ourselves, the same thing goes with others. Now, how do I convert this self-pity to self-compassion, or maybe pity on others to compassion? How do I convert that?
See, our compassion is pity on others, Self-pity is you do mistakes first, and we have pity then. I should have not done this. Then compassion, this is the negative. I was discussing with nagaRAJU sir, I told in my speech also, he said self-pity is negative, self-compassion is positive. Okay, I said, because the negative part should not come in one's life, because you should not do a mistake and then pity. No, I should not have done this. I should not have talked like this. I should not have reacted like this. I should not have acted like this. That is self-pity.
Yeah, if I may add just one sentence to that. So if apologizing is a part of compassion, so I mean, excusing others is as important as excusing yourself. When mistakes happen, you not only excuse others, but sometimes you need to excuse yourself too. Similarly, it's not only being compassionate to others that's important. You must be compassionate to yourself also. That's what Vijay said. Last question from Saji. Saji?
Saji David.
Line Saji, you can speak now. I think he raised his hand by mistake, I think.
Today, shall I talk, sir?
Yeah, please, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm very happy that today Dr. Binoy Das is there, and my very loved faculty, Varghese Vaidan sir is there.
Yeah.
Professor Varghese Vaidan. And I did see some Madok is there, right? Then so many very important people there attending my session. Thank you very much. Thank you all the participants for being with me and supporting me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Vijay. Thank you very much. That was it. Indeed, like somebody already said, this is one of the very few presentations on a topic like this. In fact, as Vijay has pointed out during his presentation, we curated the topics. In fact, I had 100 topics with me, and I curated them, and I identified some 40 of them, and I circulated them, and everybody had one's own choice. And thank you, Vijay, for choosing this wonderful topic and making such an insightful.
Thanks for the opportunity.
You threw a lot of light on that topic, and I'm sure all of us are educated by the points that is made. I particularly like the last two slides where you gave us some valid tools that help us become more compassionate. So thank you very much. So the next presentation, the fortnight, is going to be made by Professor Varghese Vaidan, and he's going to talk to us about empowering lions at the crossroads. As I've already told you many times, a few topics directly relate to lionism, but most of them are life skills and soft skills and personality development related topics. So the next one is empowering lions at the crossroads. something that is more specifically relevant to Lions. And I'm sure Professor Verghese Vaidyan has lots of content which he's going to give us the next fortnight. I invite him to propose a formal vote of thanks and also invite us to the next session. Professor Verghese Vaidyan, I need to unmute you, I think, one moment.
Very happy and delighted to be part of this wonderful SkillUP training program. And first and foremost, I should appreciate PDG Vijayakumar Shetty for the wonderful way he has made this presentation. Of course, a spectacular session. And he has delivered the topic with a lot of dignity and grace. So let me appreciate you at this point of time for your very precious presentation. And my first comment on your presentation is that you made a lot of preparation and you are absolutely serious about your job, your assignment. So congratulations, PDG Vijayakumar Shetty. This program is a boon not only to the trainers, but also to the aspiring trainers and the grassroots Lions. Because very many of our people are interested in the training side. I have seen in Lionism in the past years, that is why 40 years, I've seen that many people are interested in the training side. Okay, this is a boon to everybody. Now, coming to my duty, today we had an opening inaugural letters by VP Nandakumar, past international director, one of the major donors of the LCI of Lions Clubs International Foundation. And he's a very practical man. And today he spoke from his heart on leadership aspects, not in the side of a trainer side, but from his heart, he spoke about the leadership styles and methodologies. So at this point of time, it is my pleasure and delight to register our deep-seated thanks and appreciations to past international director VP Nandakumar. And of course, today's faculty, PDG Vijayakumar Shetty. I think I have met him before, but I was looking, his photograph, previous photograph shows he's comparatively much younger, but today I could see him as a senior grown-up man, big man. So congratulations and thank you, past Governor Vijayakumar Shetty, for your excellent presentation on a very, very beautiful topic. So now we have nagaRAJU, because I have a past governor from Karnataka who is nagaRAJU, but accidentally I call nagaRAJU. And he is a very powerful trainer, one of the most wanted trainers of the country. We had the fortune to work with him on many forums of LCIP and other ALLIs and ELLIs. A very, very passionate trainer and a knowledgeable man. And in his leadership, he has pioneered the SkillUP program, and it's a wonderful opportunity. Today, around 165 members joined this session. Now it is 122, 165 members joining a training session is not at all a joke. You made it possible by your frequent communications, by your follow-up, and your monitoring. It is my pleasant privilege to thank and appreciate nagaRAJU Garu for the great, great leadership you are doing for this training series of SkillUP. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Now, my duty will not be over by thanking all the passionate members who are attending. I can see many past friends of mine who identified me just now, and other friends of mine and other LCIPs, FDIs and all from different parts of the country. And let me, at this point of time, register our thanks for their wonderful participation and also for involving and evolving, asking questions and making this program a thumping success. Thank you all and good night.
Thank you, Professor Vaidyan. Thank you very much. So the program is over with 3 or 4 announcements. One, you see my mobile number on the screen in case you want to receive intimation about the future programs. Please add me to your contacts and send me a hello on WhatsApp so that I'll include you in my mailing list and send you the future programs intimation. The second thing, you can still add your member number in the chat box. or to your name on the screen if you want me to report your attendance to the Learn portal, which I'm sure is going to be helpful to you. The third and the last request is, so please spread this message whenever you get information about the SkillUP programs. Please forward them to your club members and to your friends so that we'll get more people here. 167 is the number that you see on the screen, but some people keep coming and going. That's why generally the attendance is about 250 roughly, unique participants. So, but it must be much more. We have a huge license and we would like this to be useful to everybody. So please invite other people. This meeting is over now, but I'll keep this open for some more time and you can all unmute yourselves and say hello to